So gentlemen, you want to hear my take on the whole T-Rex arm situation that all of you are all in an uproar about. And I will give you my take. Many of you are going to get butthurt and you're not going to like it. And the reason why I'm going to give it is twofold. One, I've been a customer of that fine company for a long time. I've probably watched the majority of Lucas's videos. I have a whole shop full of their product and I've never had a bad experience with them. Now, with that being said, it's in new hands now and all of you are jumping into my DMs, jumping into the comments and super mad that I have the gall to share a T-Rex holster. And you're too retarded to come to the idea or come to the conclusion or figure out that perhaps these things were purchased years ago. So with that logic, I guess I'll just take all of the stuff that I use and like and have spent my hard-earned money on and just throw it in the trash like none of you are doing who own it. So let's start with that. Also, the internet loves a conflict, and this is easy content for me. I don't have to prep. I don't have to spend all day moving a camera around. I can turn off my camera, go off the dome, and create a video that's going to get a ton of views, be very controversial, and make me a bunch of AdSense. So there you have it. Those are the two reasons. And I'm feeling lazy today. So first off, a little background. Lucas Botkin started a small company, T-Rex Arms, by making holsters. Lucas is a hard-working, very driven young man that has achieved more in his short life than the majority of you have and ever will, especially the ones who like to criticize him about his shooting, about his lack of being in the military, about his LARPing, etc. He's went through it, and I understand. I understand. I've been on YouTube for a long, long time, and I've become a hard, jaded old trout, and to be honest with you, I don't care what other people think about me. Do you think I'd wear this ridiculous outfit if I did? Lucas is a very emotional and insecure young man. How do I know this? Because I've watched him. I've watched him come up. I've watched how he's tried to defend himself, how he tries to justify everything that he does to the trolls where he really wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a very driven, high-functioning, very intentional guy. And what he's accomplished is very impressive. And I'm super proud of him. But he's a very emotional guy. And that's come out in his videos and just how he's conducted himself. He's very reactionary. He started his business. He worked hard. He grew it. His family started getting involved. I'm not going to tell the whole story. We have his side of the story. You can go watch it. I watched the whole thing. And now we've got partners. Now, I would have warned him, never bring partners into your business. Bring employees in, but what do they say about partnership? It's the only ship that won't sail. And especially when you're dealing with family, there's all sorts of problems that can come up from that. Long story short, what ended up happening was as the company grew, when you got more money coming in, that's when the knives come out and there became problems. Ultimately, according to Lucas, he was forced out, kind of against his will. They bought him out, and he's out in the cold now. The company that he started, and now it's being ran by his family. And so the feelings are hard. There are all sorts of problems. It seems that they don't talk to each other anymore. This has been a big problem and driven a big wedge into the relationship. But we have one side of the story. We have one side of the story. You know, by the standard of which you judge, gentlemen, you will be judged. I know you love a controversy. I know you want to pile on. I know you want to watch this video that he put up and side with Lucas, and he's the good guy, and his wife is the martyr, and all the other family are all demons, and took advantage and screwed the poor young man out of his business. Now that may or may not be true, but until we know both sides of the story, you have no idea. You're only hearing one side of the story. And then enters Lucas's wife. Lucas told in his video that she wanted to get involved with the business, that she had expertise, she's got a college education, and repeatedly tried to get into the business and was rebuffed. You got a family-ran business that's ran by brothers. They've been it from the beginning. You've got the new girl, the new woman coming in who feels slighted, who is, maybe or maybe not, putting her nose where it doesn't belong and getting rebuffed, and now she's mad. This is my theory. This is what it seems to me. She's at home. She's unhappy. She's pouring poison in Lucas's ear, not getting what she wants, not being treated with the respect that she deserves. From the brother's perspective, I understand it. Do we want an outsider coming in? We got a business that's running. We've been here for the beginning. We don't really need this, or we don't want. I don't know what the deal is. And then comes the allegations. According to Lucas, someone sent inappropriate pictures to her and disrespected him, and the whole thing blew up over this. Now, is this true? I don't know if this is true. And if someone sent you explicit pictures, so what? So what? And I find it unlikely. I'm not going to say unlikely because I don't know. I find it strange that someone would submit pictures unsolicited to the owner's wife. Some people have speculated, takes two to tango. How do I say this without getting into trouble? Our Jewish friends in the Talmud, back in the law, always said, this was the early law of God, that you could not convict anyone on the testimony of one person, but only upon the testimony of 2 and 3. And they also said, for many, many years, that the testimony of a woman was unreliable to try a man. So do with that what you want to. But we have someone with their feelings hurt. Are they creating things? Are they making things up? Are they soliciting something, or are they somewhat involved, and then using that to blow everything up, using that to throw a monkey in the works? And now you have a situation where you have how would I put it? Lucas and his wife, kind of like a Romeo and Juliet. Oh, my lady was disrespected, and it's us against the world, and Lucas goes to war over it. Now, did what he said about her, did it happen? I don't know. But the whole company was blown up, and I don't know if that was the only case, but it seemed to come up a lot in the conversation, and that's what I was reading behind the lines. Probably, most likely, you've got a woman putting her nose into something where it didn't belong, and Lucas being backed into a corner where he's got to defend Milady, and blows up the whole thing. And now we have a situation where the whole family is estranged. Lucas is out in the cold and lost his business. I find the whole thing fishy. To make such a big deal over someone sending illicit pictures, whether that happened or not, I do not know, but it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't feel right, and it just doesn't seem like you would blow up an entire family relationship and a whole business and maybe hard feelings for the rest of your life over something like that, if it even happened. I don't know. So where do I stand on this? Am I going to pick a side? Am I going to come on here with all of you who want me to throw all my stuff away and speak bad and trash talk T-Rex arms, and we'll never ever, we're going to do just like you all did with Benchmade, and you're still going on about that, over a tempest in the teapot, a little bit of nothing. I think we have the same thing going on here. Until we hear the other side of the story. I'd like to hear from Isaac. I'd like to hear from the other brothers. What's their take on it? Is there two sides to the story? Lucas accused them of running an unethical business or doing something. He alluded to the fact that they're doing something, or they're something dishonest, or something that doesn't meet his high standard, and he just couldn't have it. So that was another reason why he walked away. But he spent a lot of time hammering on that thing with the wife. And I've been around these situations before, and a woman can come into an environment like that and just stir up problems, just stir up chaos where it doesn't need to be stirred up. This is my opinion. And if I'm wrong, I'll do a mea culpa. But it seems to me that was my gut feeling, and I always trust my gut. I know people, and it seemed a little bit fishy. So am I going to support T-Rex Arms? If they have what I need, and it's a reasonable price, it's not going to make any difference to me. unless I hear otherwise. And so all of you who get up on the high horse and said, oh, someone's clutching your pearls, someone sent explicit pictures to some woman, oh, you can't even mention them in conversation. Let's follow you around. Let's follow you around for the next year and to see how holy you are. How about you come down off your cross and extend a little bit of grace until you have both sides of the story? So I don't give a damn about explicit pictures. Bad things happen to a lot of people. Grow up. So what? Big deal. Seems a little fishy to me. Now, if Lucas, it turns out that he's right and his brothers truly were demons and threw him under the bus and intentionally pushed him out because they're wicked men, we can do another video. We can look at that. I will, of course, support Lucas if he starts a new business and whatever he does. He's never done anything to me. I found his training videos to be excellent. I've received a lot of benefit from the video content that he's put up, as well as his brother Isaac. Amazing videos, advocates for the Second Amendment, a great family as far as I knew. So to have this all blow up so suddenly, I have to think there's got to be an outside force. There's got to be something that caused all this, something that has gotten in between this family that seemed to be so tight and so close. I'd take a look at the wife if it were me. So I don't know. This is my speculation. I have free speech. I can say what I want, say what I feel. And if I'm proven otherwise, as I said, I'll do another video and put the truth out if I find it. But until we hear the other side, let it go. Boycott. Your stupid boycotts don't work, and it's just tiresome and enough. Enough. Let's hear both sides of the story, and we'll reserve judgment until then. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video.